Vamos ouvir de seguida o business case da Bridgestone com Tomas Rosales, Finance Director and E2E Finance Optimization EMEA, que nos vai falar sobre a jornada de faturação eletrónica da Bridgestone. Welcome, Tomas.
Thank you very much. Bom dia. Meu português não é bom. Me desculpa. Thank you very much to Elshim and Nuno for inviting me to come to talk about the business case. So this is us. I am just looking over all the different projects into the finance leadership, in which E-Invoicing is one of them. By the way, I will make myself available to all of you should you want to talk about it. So what is it for us? Just a little bit of Bridgestone. We have a presence in Europe, in different countries, with different regulations, as all of you have been hearing from my prior presenters. You might know us for the place where you go and change the tires of your car. We have Bridgestone Firestone tires. We also have solutions, which is the web fleet for the trucks, where you see the DHLs, kind of those type of fleets. Our tires go from motorcycles all the way to the mining. Cars, planes. You also see the conveyor belts when you go to the supermarket. But without entering too much of the detail, we know this is coming. I don't need to repeat what Carmen was saying, or Christian, or Chris at the beginning. It is something that is going to happen and is disruptive. And the question is not that this is going to change, it's what are we going to change? How are we going to tackle this? How are we going to operate? What kind of people do we have to do this? Because the timelines are there, and how do we go to navigate with the changes? Carmen, what you're saying that Poland just decided to delay. What do? You log resources. Not entering into the detail of the model because you have been hearing about it, so I'm not going to try to educate on the model. It's about what we know that is changing from the classical invoice to the new invoice that is going to be. But what I do want to show you a little bit who we are among Flex. This is not public information, but it's among Flex. We have plants in Europe. We have 22 organizations, 27 VAT tax codes. We have the retail entities. And we are a single European entity when it comes to tax codes. So it means we have a lot of branches. That brings complexity on the Bridgestone that is not going to change. We are who we are. We invoice from Europe. We send tires from Poland to Spain to Portugal, or from Spain, tires passed to Germany, whatever the flows that are needed. So how do we navigate? When we started to look at this invoicing, we said, okay, we need to look at a partner. So we need to look at who we are. What are the business needs that we have as a Bridgestone, right? Who are we going to operate? What is important for us? Compliance is one, right? Capabilities of the providers, the connections on the systems. We have SAP, we have Navision, Microsoft Dynamics, etc., etc. By the way, we were migrating from EC6 to S4HANA, which we just went live in January 1st, 2024. So what we did is we went to talk to someone else to help us to research the market. We have contacted other companies, but we found a company in Belgium who did a research the market of us. And that was something great. We discovered there are about over 600, about 800 companies in Europe that do the invoicing. The reality is some of them are country-specific, industry-specific, some of them are big companies, some are small companies. So how do we go around that? We cannot just pick one, right? So we did this exercise to understanding with an objective. We need two possible partners for the long term, and we want to explore. So we narrow it down to 4. We talked to them. It was an interesting conversation because they thought that we were going to ask them for the offer. We just want to say who you are, who are your clients, can we talk to them? And that was a question that we asked as well ourselves. And once we narrowed down the 2, then we said, okay, let's go for it, right? So this is the case on how we are approaching the Sovos interaction that we have. So, number 1, we took a structural project as a project. It is important to make sure that we understand, and like some of you are hearing, this is not an IT project, this is not a tax project, this is a company project led by finance. That's the difference. So I went to talk to the salespeople. I said, do you know what it means to you? Well, you might not be able to invoice your customers. And guess what? You're not going to collect the cash. And if you're in compliance, you will need to shut down your business in this country. Do you want to do that? It's not a threat. It's making sure that they understand what is in there for them. Then we talk to the procurement. The suppliers are going to ask for invoices a different way. We need to process them. We need to talk to them. So get it to everybody. The most important thing is you have a project, you have the team, you look at procurement, finance, IT, etc., communications team. Timelines. Timelines are important. We start today. When do we plan to go live? When do we want the testing? When do we want the training? Etc. Monitor them. It is important that we do that. It is very important to look at it. And every week, we go through it. Every single week. I have a coffee at 8 in the morning, every Friday, with the core team that is driving this. And we go through issues, challenges, what has been achieved, what is to come. At the end, it's making sure that we all are aware what is happening. But we keep the structure. What happened last week? What have we done? What have we learned? Where have we failed? It's not about making guilty you or me on the mouse in my pocket. It's about going forward together. So what is what we did? Look at the documentation. Somebody was saying we don't need to wait. Do you guys know how you operate in your company? Do you know the flows? How do you dispatch goods? How do you make your invoices? By the way, do you think that your IT community knows that too? Do you think your salespeople know that? And you go on and on and on. The document that is at the bottom, it is a real document. It is our business blueprint. And all of these people that are listed there are the people that we sign. Not because I want them to certify the firm that I have talked to them. It's to make sure that we as a project team understood the business needs, understood what is important for them, to make sure that we capture them. But at the end, we also look into this. This is what we said that we want. This is what we said that we need. I also ask them what is the cherry on the cake, right? But we look at what is needed to run your business. Then how do we go around? We communicate, and communicate, and communicate. And communication is not about sending an email or putting a newsletter. Sometimes it's a coffee corner, it's a chat. I get to champion a coffee corner across finance EMEA, where we get to reach to 500 people. We bring a topic that is complicated to them so they can understand. We have the town halls, whether it's a finance town hall or the overall town hall, or to the sales leadership meetings, so we can update them what is actually happening. That is our job. That is our job. Okay? We also take the lessons learned. We are humans, and we make mistakes. But it's not about telling you, you are guilty. What am I going to gain? Nothing. Right? I might say, okay, fine. I found that one. But the most important is, what did you learn today? To make sure that as we go the next one, we do. We have many countries. And it is important that every time that we do, we talk to them. And we do this with our partner. We do this with Sovos. We have a lesson learned with Sovos, and a lesson learned from Sovos to us. And we listen to them, we listen to the opinion, and we give them our feedback, and they take our opinion, and it's what do we do around it. Of course, if we have a mistake, we want to fix it. But it's not about that. It's just going beyond. It's looking at the real work that we want to do. I want to take on your point, Carmen, if you allow me, because you were saying Poland is changing and the regulations are changing. This is not the real map. This is something that we had before, or how it was going to happen. Well, Poland just decided, hold on, guys, I'm not ready. Not even for the voluntary that they wanted to do in July. Now, not sure. But we have a team, and we have a contract. What do I do? We need to keep the flexibility. Okay, this is what has been through the journey of the last couple of years. So we know that we're live in the Basque Country. Very proudly, I could say that we did 2 setups. EC6 and S4HANA. Our plan is S4HANA to go live in January, and EC6, what if not, right? What is this? We as a company, we're not ready. We need to maintain the business continuity, so we did that. We went with the 2 system setups. We also did Romania, and we are live in Romania with 3.5 months ahead of schedule, which, honest to God, I'm very proud of it, right? How many times do we get to have a project where you are 3 months ahead of the timing? But this is what we have learned. Company project. It is disruptive, guys, so be prepared. It's going to change the way that we work. Anticipate. We don't need to wait for the government to tell us how we operate or to write a blueprint. Do it yourself. Consider going for someone outside to help you to look for the partner. What is the right partner for you? How do you want to go about it? Have a team in place, right? Invest in change management. It is very important that we do that for everybody. Not only for the finance team, but everybody. Make sure that your provider is part of your project. We have a steer code. We actually had one yesterday. So we have a steer code with Bridgestone, Sovos, and we have a steer code inside Bridgestone, right? So this way they present, we talk, we interact, we tackle together. So make it part of it. We said that the Linux working is going to change. I want to make an analogy to a little bit different to what Christian was saying. Getting married is very easy. We love each other. We love the project. We love the solution. Getting divorced, painful, right? If you need to exit, it's really painful. So get a prenup. Sign a document before, right? What if? Why do we say this? Because we have other countries, like you were saying, Carmen, Italy is already from 2019. So what if we want to integrate Italy with Sovos? How do we exit Italy? What if we have the retail business where they are not in SAP, they are in Navision? How do we go around? But I also see we have 2 projects, 2 possible partners. How do we go around that one? And be aware that life happens. Whether we like it or not, life will always happen. Things will change. Be prepared to be flexible. It is very important that we take the time to understand. We have resources. You need to guide the people. I get to work with them. And some of them, we need to focus today. We need to focus tomorrow. We need to learn. The SAP is not changing. The IT technology, something happened in between. So life will happen. And it's up to us to tackle it. How are you going to react about it? And what can you anticipate? By the way, you will have to allow yourself to allow your teams to make mistakes. You need to be prepared for that. And how are you going to react to that? How can you prepare for that? Because it's going to happen. We are going to make mistakes. All of this is don't wait. Whomever your supplier might be, in the time that is coming, the needs in Belgium are going to come very fast. So lock your supplier. Whomever you want to go with, lock your suppliers because the demand will be many. And then they are not available, and then there's going to be short time. And do you want to risk your business? Let's remember that no compliance means we don't operate in that country. Those are the things that we have. But there's one more. It's not going to be done by machines, right? It's about the people that are going to work with this. So don't forget to say thank you. Celebrate. It doesn't mean to give a lot. It's just to say a thank you goes way far and beyond. Because we mean that we recognize the effort that they're doing. They are doing a job, and on top of it, they have a project. So take the time for this. Take the time to talk to them. And enjoy it. This is Bridgestone. This is my case. This is our case of the company. You get to see my face today, but there's a whole team working with it. And as I said, I want to thank you for giving me the time to come today, and I remain available to you. Thank you very much. Muito obrigado.
Thank you very much, Thomas.